So today we're in Virtue Gymnastics in Reading. We've got a long list of animations that we want to record today.
This mocap process is just mapping these little joints to some kind of 3D representation of Drew or whoever's being captured, and so that we can record the animation in the software.
How much is the suit?
The suit is about 20 grand.
20 grand.
And the gloves are about 10.
Yeah, something ridiculous. Like you'd expect it to be way cheaper than the suit, but
Then yeah.
I guess there's just as many sensors.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of sensors. It's even more fiddly. But yeah, it's worth it. It's kind of the commitment we made.
For the arm span, measure from middle fingertip to middle fingertip.
She'll say like all these words as if you're meant to know, like measure from the left acronym.
Make sure you measure the anterior superior iliac spine.
I feel like a vintage tennis player. I was like, either I do it like this.
That's tennis player.
Yeah,
Really? You reckon that's
Yeah.
29.5.
Titanic. It kind of feels like, I don't know, like some Iron Man
Yeah,
suit
it
or
is.
some shit.
You know, you've watched Iron Man 1 where he builds the first prototype?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, it is like that.
The hands we kind of use, they're not like a centerpiece. They're kind of just extensions of it. But it's these like subtle details that go a long way in like selling the entire motion.
Like dialogue, like when you're speaking.
Yeah, when
I
you're
feel
talking,
like
you are
hands
so
is-
emotive.
is-
Yeah.
Is such an important part.
Yeah, now you can see we've mapped it like a little model of Drew. That's what all the measurements were to basically create the skeleton. It's a whole process, but it's worth it. We've got running, standing, strides, pliers. Now we're going to do a run. Again, the main thing is trying to keep consistency of speed.
Okay.
As if any moment you could just start kind of going into it.
like a ready to do
Like,
something.
I'm moving, yeah.
Okay, sick.
Kind of
Nice.
go, and then we'll do
I
that.
think the more kind of input and motivation we can have will bring out better style in all the
Massively.
movement.
Literally, in your head, think there's a controller controlling you. So someone's
Yeah,
gone like
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and then full. And how does that look
Yeah,
and feel?
good.
Yeah, nice. You know there's a gap coming up there. Give everything you got to be
Okay,
able to
sick.
just,
Oh, the hand came off. I sprinted too fast.
It looked good though. You see how like that is such a athletic kind of, you can see this kind of hunting.
Okay, yeah.
Sell the like, almost kind of that kind
Okay.
of, do you know what
I get you.
I mean? Yeah, sweet.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, nice. Slow takeoff, slightly faster, and slowly
Yeah.
ramp it up.
Okay,
Through as many as you can.
Okay, low power jump.
Yeah, see that in air pose is literally
Hit that,
perfection.
okay.
Yeah, exactly that. We'll do it again, but this time all of them be extra. Better. You're jumping off a crane. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it.
You could fall 1,000, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so say now we launch with physics around here.
Yeah.
So we'll launch into the air. Then I'll specify a point in which the climax of the animation. Now they may not be specifically the point at which your pelvis reaches its actual climax, but a point in animation where I'm like, now you can start to fall.
Because you can start him falling as he's doing that. and
Yeah,
then he
well, he's
transitions to-
exactly following
Yeah,
physics and how
right.
the laws of it.
Okay.
And now we're just saying, here, begin your falling
Yeah.
pose. Awesome falling. We've got so much from that. They basically will inject the raw mocap data from you. So your jump now here. We do all like the root motion processing, the like retargeting to the metahuman or different skeleton, applying any curves and stuff that the like system needs at runtime. And then we literally just plug it in our tool, and that will just be part of gameplay now. A lot of the work to this point has been basically making a system that can just be scalable. So now, as we're capturing every animation here, it's a 30-second process once I get it back to my computer to be able to add it in and it be playable straight away. Our character in game, they have a big database of all these animations. That's why we're doing all the like walk, the run, the high, low. The reason why we've gone this like data bank way is because it allows to sculpt each character's kind of unique bank of moves. Because if you think everywhere you're doing this now has been amassed over time. But you've created this bank of moves for Drew.
Yeah.
But then Toby has created his own set of bank of
Yeah.
moves. So when we record all these animations, we can put them into specific banks and give them like archetypes or attributes. So that when you get to like sculpt your kind of character and be like, I want to be more powerful, or technical, or flowy, or more like precise. So eventually the bank of moves that you have, not only will each scenario be completely unique, but then your bank of movement will be completely unique as well. 100 people playing the game, no one looks and moves the same way.
When you're first learning parkour, it's like you're learning a bank of movements, essentially, that, you know, people know how to walk and run or whatever, but when you start parkour, it's like, okay, here are some vaults, here's how to climb up, here's how to drop down, here's how to roll. And then as you get better and better at parkour, you kind of learn how to just move. Like, you're not thinking about using like a vault, you're just getting over that wall and you're fucking getting to the gap, and then you're rolling because you need to. It's like, it is actually weirdly similar. Like when you talk about the animation system,
you know, parkour is the only movement discipline, like sport really, where there is such freedom of movement. Creating that kind of connection between real life movement and how unique that is to in-game movement and how unique it can be as well. And then you layer the fact that each of these guys move differently, so everyone's own character should move differently.
like a parkour game on this level has never existed.
No.
Right? Not in this way. And I think it's so interesting that the focus of the game is moving, has forced us to kind of have this completely novel way of doing an animation system, because it's like, you've never needed the animation in a game to be that good
You just
before,
don't-
because
there's
you've
no
got
use
more
case
to
for
it.
it, yeah.
But in a parkour game, it's like, it has to be on that other level. We could have easily just done a press X and jump game. We could have done that fucking years ago, but it's like, creating something new in this way, that is not just new for parkour, it's new for the game industry as well. Like,
You know, I remember you playing one time, you're like, can you like jump and miss the ledge? And I was like, no.
one of the biggest like moments breaking through was you cracked on the stream how to like link vaults. If I want to go dash 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 dash, I need to be able to do that. And there was a stream that I was watching where you figured it out live. And I was like, oh my god, like this is huge. Like filming it on my phone off the TV. Like,
I don't know what he's
oh my
doing.
god, he's actually doing it. Like what the fuck? You're flowing in a game.
That's
like,
it, isn't it? For a while, it was like the run up, the jump, the landing, they're all one animation.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, they're not, because the run up, you could be walking, you could be jogging, you could be sprinting, the edge could be there, you could want to hold and build power, like that's the motion matching. The jump itself, okay, we've got the takeoff where you're falling, but then what if I want to grab? What if I want to fall 10 feet or 10 meters and 2 meters? Or what if I want to stick at the end or roll? Like, that's when you're like, oh, actually, we need to insert these points of landing and climax, all these kind of points here that we can do anything from.
Yeah. So every animation that makes its way to the bank of animations, in theory, is split into 3 parts.
There's almost the conceptualized phase. What are you trying to achieve in terms of the movement? Then it's the recording phase. Okay, capture the movement, capture it in like a very generalized sense that you can apply. Then it's the post-process phase of like, okay, extract all the information I might need. It goes to the actual gameplay code where it's like, okay, pick this animation, select that, play this animation. And that ends, then you layer that with like physics and cloth sim and everything to then put that into the game so that when I play and I press X, for the player, he's like, just jump. But it's been like 6 stages of all these weird like fine tuning parts to just create, and it's so stupid, just like a, and like, that's all you, like the player just sees.
But that looks fucking
Cool,
amazing,
yeah.
man. The sensation, like the experience of playing the game, you feel all that effort. Like you just feel it in the fluidity of like, as you're controlling your player, it just feels so much more like realistic and fluid and like high fidelity compared to any other game.
100%.
Like,
We get a lot of things wrong, and we're gonna, you know, this whole, even in early access, there's gonna be so many elements that are wrong and aren't right. But you know, we from the get-go, you have to try and you have to go down a path. Like we've redone this system from scratch about 5 times, if not more.